Okay, so it should be live again, guys. A little technical difficulty. Sorry about that. Yeah, what we were talking about, I got thrown off completely.
Yeah, so
We were talking about some beginner stuff.
we're basically the last thing we talked about was Facebook ads.
Right. Okay, go ahead.
One of the students asked, if I do use Facebook ads, and yes, 100%. So Facebook ads is a huge part of my business, and it's a great way to scale. So if you guys, if you're thinking of how do I get from 1,000 to 100,000, Facebook ads is the way to do that. How do I make my first $100, $200? Facebook ads will be a bit tough because you do have to go in with the mentality that you're gonna spend money to learn a bit. It's kind of like paying for a small tuition and then to scale that. So it's not, it's not going to be the first thing that you jump into, but it is really good to scale. And yeah, we spend millions of dollars on Facebook ads. So yeah, I mean,
And when you first starting off with Facebook ads, how much money should you think you should start with? How much money should you expect to lose? How much money should you expect to spend to get the data that you're looking for?
you should spend around 200, $300 just to either get your first couple sales or understand, just get your account rolling. Because for example, I had one student made like 60, $80 with his first $300 that he spent, so 200 in testing, right? Now that guy is doing 4,000 a day with 2,000 a day in profit. So even if you lose a little bit in the beginning, you can scale that stuff to the moon because your account now has learned. That's why if you have like $50 for name, don't worry about Facebook ads. Worry about either influencers or building up a Facebook group, going onto other Facebook groups. I have a strategy on my YouTube as well, how to get to $6,000 with organic traffic from Facebook groups. You can also do that. And then use that money for advertising because it's not like it's too little. Less than $200 is a little bit too tight, and $50 for sure is too tight. So.
And is it challenging? Okay, so you talked about Facebook groups, right? When you're drop shipping items from AliExpress, is it challenging to build a Facebook group around that? In the sense that, like, I wouldn't want to ship something from AliExpress and someone posts in the Facebook group, this motherfucker shipped me something from China. Like, you know what I mean? Like, is that a problem? I'm just thinking about stuff that people have asked me in the past, right?
So it is a problem. The thing with, the product in the beginning, when you start out, you are going to have to suffer through a couple orders that, people are going to be like, oh, let's ship from China. A lot of people are okay with it. They just ship so many things from China. They're okay with it. There are some people that are going to be like, oh, you said this is going to ship from the US. First of all, don't be deceptive. So don't tell people we ship from the US when you don't. If you don't say anything, you ship from China, people are typically going to be okay with that as long as it's not a ridiculous amount of time. There's a new tool. I'm actually releasing a video on this today. There's a new tool or a new factory, new company that's coming in the market now in dropshipping that's going to allow to ship products much faster, like a week or 2 weeks. And then they actually ensure the quality and they put your custom packaging on the product. So you don't have to just send like a label with the Chinese supplier and have it be really sketchy. It's going to be really professional. I have tried for a couple of my products. It works. I'm not, going to give 100% recommendation for that because it is new. But yeah, it's a pretty cool tool. It's called Weo. I'm making a video on that today. But apart from that.
And what's it pricing like? Is it pricing a lot more expensive? Is there still room for margin? Like,
there's a big room for margin because they have their own sourcing team there, and they actually source from China. So it's not going to be that expensive. Probably it's going to be like the same or slightly lower than what on AliExpress is. So on AliExpress, and you have to be careful about this, that they're middlemen. So that's why their prices are higher because they get this product from the factory and now it's theirs. And now they want to sell it to you, they have to take a cut of it, of course. So go straight to the factory. And if you're going straight to AliExpress, go with companies that have been working on the platform for more than 2 years and have a really, really high reputation. Because that's when okay, these guys have quality tests. these guys, you know, they know what they're doing, and they're straight to the factory, not just some middleman that started 3 weeks ago. So.
And have you used any US suppliers when you're drop shipping?
Yeah, more expensive, obviously, but if you have the money and you want to put in the quality for that, you can use US suppliers, especially for higher ticket products. If you're going to sell something that costs more than $200, for sure I would go with US suppliers. But yeah, I mean, the best way to find them is by looking at your competitors. What brands do they have? And then going to those brands and messaging them directly and asking for a drop shipping agreement. Most of them will say yes because they already are doing it with other people. And then all you have to do is just have a really presentable website. So just have a really, like, I was like 18 and a half with like an okay website. And I was sending emails to these companies, and it was like multi-billion-dollar companies. And they were like, yeah, sure, just send out your details and we'll give you the permit. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like, I didn't know anything about online, and I still got those permits. So it isn't like this huge bureaucracy. As long as your site looks good and you know what you're English, you're sending emails to a lot of people, it is gonna work out with US suppliers. Yeah.
Because what one of our game plans, like our game plan is to start off with AliExpress. So we have a website, we have items for sale, and then once we start running traffic, then we'll try to reach out to US suppliers. Because Preston, one of the dudes that's here, he runs 2 stores that only uses US suppliers. Okay. But he was saying he needed to have a website established in order to get the contract with the US suppliers. So I think that's what we plan to do. Like, we plan to start with AliExpress. I wish I could tell. I'll tell you as soon as we come off camera to see if
it's better to at least have some proof, right? So, for example, like, you know, might be some people on here just want to see some numbers. But for example, let's say this store, let me build it up here. So this is one of our stores that we're trying to sell right now, actually. So from, I don't know if you guys can see it properly, but from February 11 to March 11, we made $53,000, so $50K in a month, right? And I just refreshed the page, and it's refreshing right now. Yeah. So it's gonna be, you know, $52K in a month. As soon as you have that kind of numbers, you can reach out to any supplier in the United States and be like, hey, we made $50K in a month, shipping from China. We want to improve our quality. They're gonna be way more likely to approve you on the spot just because they know that you're serious. So,
and on that $50K, how much of that is profit?
Usually about 25 to 30%. So about 18K was profit of that, and that's what we expect. So if you have less than that, then there's some problems with your average order value, or there's some problems with your drop shipper, the person that's actually like supplying the products. If you have more than that, then that's awesome, but it's not really sustainable. Like, you would expect like a, you know, 25 to 30. And the cool thing about this is, because I mean, I'm in the, you know, YouTube kind of making money world, right? So there's a lot of videos out there, and I get like 5 on my feed every day. Like, is drop shipping dying? Drop shipping versus building an agency. What's the best business model? Blah, blah, blah. And a lot of people are like, hey, you know, you should build an agency because it's 100% profit, and then not do any drop shipping because it's 30% profit. But what they don't think about is that drop shipping is scalable. You can make $1 million a month with 30% profit, whereas with an agency, you can make max 20, 25K a month. So it's like, it's a game of margins, obviously, but it's also a game of scale. So that's kind of the level where you want to be at. I had one student texted me the other day, he's making like almost 5K a day right now. That's 150K a month. On a 30% profit, you're making 50 grand a month in profit. So it's like $500,000 a month profit. $500,000 a year.
And that store that you guys are trying to sell, how much would a store like that sell for?
Divided by 4, so 25%, it would sell for about 15 all the way up to 20K if we sell the ad account. And that's clean profit. Like, that's straight into the bank. Oh no,
yeah,
before taxes. But yeah.
That's interesting. So so if I wanted to get started, where would I start? Let's say I'm your new student. What's the first thing that we do?
Okay, so the first thing is you go to Shopify, you build your store out, and then you just, obviously, you know, you can watch if you guys are tuning in here, you can watch my free videos on YouTube. You can find products. You can see what trending niches are there, what products are better to sell, and everything. You know, I have some videos on there that's like, sell these 3 products that are the best. And you essentially build a list of like 10 to 20 products, add it to your store, get a free converting theme. So you don't have to spend on making the website amazing. It can look good with just a free theme, as long as you put some effort and make sure the colors are good, the layout is good, it doesn't look spammy, descriptions are not really bad on the side as well. And then obviously figure out your advertising strategy. So look at your budget and look at, you know, how much money you have to spend on what, and then go on from there. But it's just, honestly, it's just getting started. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm afraid of this, I'm afraid of that. I had one student, for example, joined, and he had never made a sale on Shopify, and he was asking me, hey, when I get to the 25K a month level, how do I scale to 50? And I'm like, wait, hold up. First get to 1K, and then we can talk about that. So it's like, a lot of people get, you know, pushed back by thinking, when I'm making that much money, how much of that am I going to have to hire? Just start. Just do, like, how much money do you necessarily need to live in the world? 5K a month, probably. 3 to 5K a month. Just make that and then worry about scaling. And that's kind of, you know, what
And then how long, okay, so you talked about organic traffic with Facebook groups and stuff. I've built a ton of big Facebook groups before. How long have you started any stores using that type of strategy?
We did. And then we also partner up with a lot of other Facebook groups. And the first month that we started was kind of slow. Obviously, it's always slow. You have to build a reputation, make sure people don't think you're a scam. The second month, we were able to do like 5K in sales. That's about, since there's no advertising there, that's about 60% profit or 20%. So that's like 3K in profit. And then we just scaled out with ads and then make 15K that month, just because we put, and once you have organic traffic, the awesome thing is that you get very targeted data on your Facebook pixel, and you can just, because like, you can't really run a store on organic traffic forever, right? It's not like you're doing a YouTube channel for it where you can get this massive amount of organic traffic.
Right.
With a store, it's different, right? Like me even so, for consulting, like I made my first couple students and then I just scaled it with ads. I made my first couple sales on Ecom, scaled it with ads. So ads is just, it's like you have a fire that's working a little bit and then you just pour gasoline on it, and the gasoline is the ads. So that's kind of how it works with doing organic Facebook group traffic. Get some sales, get some money in, and then just pour it into ads.
And okay, so this store that we want to do, if I share with YouTube everything, right? Like the name of the store, what we're selling, does that make it more challenging? Is it that people could copy the store and then I'll get more competition? Like, what's the...
So I mean, you have a big audience, so I wouldn't necessarily do it until, you know, you're pretty confident in it and you have, like, for example, the time I shared my store, it was already like a product that was kind of like, we already had everything in place to beat everybody else. Like our supplier was shipping in 7 days. Our quality was much higher. It was private labeled. It was just, we were beating everybody because we had everything in place. So I share a store with a winning product that I don't have those things in place, because somebody just makes a cooler ad and they can beat me. If you make a cooler ad, I'm still going to beat you in the customer service, or I'm still going to beat you in the upsells. And also, like, for example, we had one product in January that store actually got closed down by Shopify because of bad customer service. So I don't have that store, unfortunately. But we made like 160 from one product that we found in December. We made like 160 grand in revenue. And then the day after January, February 1st, that product got put on a product spy tool, and everybody and their mother knew about that product, and they started doing ads. And who did they copy? This guy. So everybody literally copied me, did the same ads, same video, same product, everything, and they saturated the product in like 2 weeks. So that's why, like, if I show a product on YouTube, or if I show a product on a video, I make sure to have something that'll beat everybody else. Because, you know, I'm not huge on YouTube, but if one of my videos can get like maybe 5K, 10K views, that's a lot of people, you know?
Yeah.
So,
and a lot of people looking into the exact same thing.
Yeah. And like I had one video too where I showed one of the products for like half a second. And a friend of mine was like, "Hey, dude, you showed your product," and I was like, "No, I didn't." He was like, he showed me the exact screenshot. He paused it, ran it, and like really good dropshippers, they know how to spot that. So that's why it's it's not the best idea ever.
So you mentioned that you lost a store. How does that affect the other stores? Like, do you have to? How is each of these stores separated by a corporation? Is it that like you have a different payment processor, different bank account? How does that work?
So it's not like eBay or Amazon where everything's connected to you. So if you have, like we have right now about 7 or 8 stores, not all of them are making profit because, I wouldn't even be able to talk to you right now if that would be the case.
Right.
But we have 3 that are making profit, 7 in total for some testing and stuff. And they're all within the same company. So we have a Hungarian company and a US company. They're all with either one or the other, but the card is always different that we pay for Shopify. And the payment processors are always the same. It's not really an issue. And when you get banned, it's just the store itself that gets banned. It's not you or your email or your payment method, payment processor, or company that gets banned. It's more just the store. And that's what gets taken down. So I haven't seen anybody that has been like banned from selling on Shopify.
And what payment processor do you use?
Stripe and PayPal.
Stripe
mainly for just like credit card payments, obviously, but it connects directly to Stripe, to Shopify. And PayPal, just because some people don't trust credit card payments, they don't like to give out their information, and they just pay with PayPal. So PayPal is kind of like a big, and it's also like I have a lot of European students, and they don't have access to Stripe, so they have access to PayPal. Use PayPal. Or if you're from, like I had one student from, where was he, like Sri Lanka or something, and he couldn't get access to Stripe. Even nothing could be done, so he got a PayPal, and then he just doing it from PayPal. So
because I've had, so in the eBay world, there will be some people that screwed up their PayPal accounts or something, right? Is that, what is it? Let's say you can't use PayPal and you only use Stripe. You just, the smaller market. Would you suggest that? Would you suggest like set up a new corporation just to get a new PayPal? Is it that like so many people use PayPal that it would be too much of a loss? What are your thoughts?
If you're only doing cards, you're taking a bit hit. Yeah, especially if you're driving a lot of traffic, you're losing out on 30 to 40% of your sales.
Jesus.
Sure. Yeah. Especially on Shopify. So if you do have the money, I would just register a new company and run it through that company.
Yeah,
it's gonna be more worth it. The Stripe alone just isn't gonna be. I've had PayPal shut. Like the money I have held on PayPal that I still need to get is disgusting. It's probably almost 6 figures, and it's normal. A lot of big dropshippers have a bunch of money held on PayPal. Just make a new PayPal account, and that money comes in 180 days. You just have to wait 6 months.
Yep, I know how that shit goes, dude.
It's part of the game. I mean,
I think the last PayPal account I had money in, the 180 days just switched to was in March. So I don't have any more money stuck in PayPal anyway.
Okay. Do you actually get it? Because one time we had like 180-day pause, and then we had like 2 more months to actually get it.
No, you get it. Okay. I've gotten it. Like I don't. Yeah, we got it, and we even called one time, and they released some of it early. Like 2 years ago, I had like 40 grand stuck in PayPal. That shit sucks, dude.
Okay.
That shit sucks ass.
Yeah.
So where do we start? So all right. So what should I even? I'm tempted to say the niche, but I don't know.
I mean, if it's something that's like anybody can start, then don't say it. But we can say it later on when you get like a few sales.
All right, hold on. Let me see something. I don't think they can see the chat if I send you a chat on Google Hangouts. Let me see.
No, I don't.
Okay, but do you see that? You see the chat I sent you? Okay. You see the message?
Oh yeah. Okay, so we were actually in Puerto Rico. There's a lot of people from the U.S. that they go to Puerto Rico just to evade taxes, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, I know.
And we met one guy who actually wanted to start a company for that, and went to me, and he was like, "Hey, can you actually guide me on what to do?" And then I helped him, blah blah. And he had like 200K in budget to start this, so it was like a really big project. And I just like told him like, "Hey, what you want to do is just hire people. Like, don't even bother doing it yourself. Hire people to do this." And then now he hired people, and he's doing it pretty well. And his friend is the manufacturer, so it's like really big stuff.
Okay.
And it's a really profitable like business. It really
now
is.
we weren't gonna do like as I said. We were. What's up, Gail? Gail just came back. We were thinking about doing as I said, starting with AliExpress because you could get that stuff there, and then moving over to US suppliers. But what? Okay, when you start a store, what indicators makes you know that it's a winner or loser? Is it just you just work on the marketing as much as possible until you figure it out? Like, what makes people fail? Why does a typical person just give up? Like, you know what I mean?
So,
I'm trying to get perspective for anyone before they get into it, right?
Yeah. So I have one student who's actually a really good student, and he had a $50 sale with like $200 spent. So 150 loss, not bad. But his data on his account was good. Like, I was looking at his numbers on a call, and I was like, dude, this is beautiful. Like, you're getting so many people checking out on your site and so many people doing this. And it was all about just adding some apps for more, a little bit more of a push for them to buy, like abandoned cart apps, and then just some optimization on the pages. And then, he started getting more sales through that. So it's more of, if your tool sucks, like your audiences, you try a bunch of them, they don't like it. You've tried multiple different products and it doesn't work. You don't have to spend $1,000 to figure this out. You can spend like 100, $200 and it doesn't work that way. Then you can just like try to change the niche, change the products, or just figure out a different advertising platform. So if you try Facebook and it's like really bad, like you're getting clicks for like $6, $10, whatever it is, like really, really bad, then you want to consider Google. If that doesn't work, then you want to go the influencer route. So those are the main advertising or promoting platforms that I recommend. If not, if that all ends, or if you just don't have much money, you can try organic. And if organic doesn't work, that's when like, okay, things don't work. Because
Gail asked if you use wholesalers. So let me put that into perspective. Gail is in my inner circle. She's like my internet mother. So she was here in Nicaragua. She actually uses there are these wholesalers. I think it's Sunrise is the one she uses. She pays like $200 a year, and you get like a certain amount of products. Is there anything like that you guys use for Shopify dropshipping or no?
I don't personally use them because we want to go with lowest cost as possible. Like that, and there's a lot of suppliers, especially from Europe and the UK, that do that. But yeah, there are options for that. And as soon as you get what we call a dropshipping agent, which is someone that sends in bulk your products, that's when it gets much easier. And then you can pay them. So for example, we pay them every like 200 orders. So I have, in PayPal, we have like minus 7,000 or minus 7,000 every like week or two, right? Because we're paying for all those orders. First, after we sell, and then we pay them. So as far as wholesalers go, we don't really have like one place where we go to. It's more of finding the one that's best for your product and your niche. So it depends on what product you're selling. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. You hear me? Whoop. Oh. Yeah, the live is still going. So the live is still going. You there? Are you there? Hello? Hello? Your Wi-Fi dropped.